Oh, MSG, that's a good message nobody will ever see. All right, so the truth. And I'm being 100% honest with y'all, right hand to God. This is the truth. The absolute truth. I'm kidding you not. I'll be real and upfront with y'all. But that's the same way that I seen a Hebrew Israelite group of people, and I'm not saying you one, but I've seen a group of Hebrew Israelites call out a what do you call the people? They're black, but they have lighter tone skin. Albino. They called out an albino lady. No, it was an albino man. They called him a white devil. Said he's going to hell because he's white. Heaven is not for him, and all of that other stuff. Like he was black, but he was albino. I thought I read his lips right, but I couldn't tell if I read his lips right. He whispered again. He said, "I'm sorry." I said, "What?" And so as soon as he said that, it was like 8 big dudes. I mean, big, swole, hefty dudes, guns to the hip, came touch me on my shoulder, touch him on his shoulder, and they was like, "Come on." So they lifted me up. Mind you, I'm a big guy. They lifted me up. They lifted me up and kind of drugged me with him. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I don't mind laughing and stuff, but I'm going to tell y'all the truth because y'all asked for the truth. So, oh no, bro, Velvet, I laugh because I always ask what they want. And that nobody says the truth. Nobody ever says the truth, bro. Nobody ever says the truth. They always want like another story. So next time I get on, somebody asks me how I lost it, I'm gonna ask them the same thing. And I never get tired of it because it's enjoyable to me. It's enjoyable to me. It's in one of them hazardous bags. Never took it out, and I actually double bagged it just in case. Did you change your Twitch? I can't find it. No, it still should be the same, bro. Hunter, that's Doc. Probably wouldn't. This live wouldn't be it right now. But after everything was said and done, after my tears, I sat in the office with my then pastor and my wife. We sat, I cried some more. He said, just imagine the life that you're going to live after this, right? Jesus did nothing. God did it. That don't make sense. If you believe in God, then Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. Those who believe in the Father must first go through me. But okay, whatever you want to believe, brother. And when I told him, bro, what year were you born? I was born in 1852. And that was the main thing. And after I had talked to him, we talked for like 30 minutes. We talked for like 30 minutes. But after we chatted, he felt better. And mind you, I knew he was feeling bad because he usually, no matter what's going on, he'd be like, okay, you ready to play? He didn't even want to play. He was like, okay. I said, man, lay down, go get your snack if you want and just chill, bro. Just chill. Just chill out. It's okay. So listen, for everybody new, they asked me how I lost my leg. I told them I got 1,000 stories. Everybody in chat voted and they picked number 1,000. I said, y'all want the truth or y'all pick a number between 1 and 1,000 and I'll give y'all the story. They asked for 1,000. So now y'all will never know if that's true or not. And that's how I live my life. MSG, I'm not your grandmama. I wouldn't do that. Are you counting? Yes, I am. I am counting out my BMI. Absolutely. I track my calories through my Fitness Pal, along with like my workouts and stuff. And I'm counting out my BMI. So I'll go out there and I see an old black dude. He's pushing a car. His wife is behind the driver's seat trying to steer. If y'all know how hard it is to steer a car when it's off and it's just in neutral, y'all have no idea. No, so listen, the camera is pointed at me. So this is my right hand. This is my left hand. Left hand. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. Right hand to God. If y'all look at my page, if you decide to subscribe, I would be honored if you did. If you decide to drop a like, I would be honored if you did. But if you look at my page, I work out almost every day. You'll see me walking in the sun. You'll see me doing treadmills. You'll see me lifting weights. I've had 4 boots. I had 9 surgeries in 7 years. I had 9 surgeries in 7 years. When I tell you, I remember that like the back of my hand, because that was one of the worst days of my life when I found out my ankle was like tore from the floor. So I was more so upset at the fact that I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. But the first surgery did not work, so they had to go in and take it out. That was my second surgery. They took it out and put something else in. That was the second surgery. The second surgery, I had a nail, like a nail, an actual nail in my leg. But as my leg was going down, like the swelling was going down, my cast, and it was bleeding because the screw was actually poking out of my foot. I have the video of that in my phone if y'all want to see it, because everybody seems to think I'm lying. I have a video of that in my phone of him unscrewing the nail. He had to physically unscrew the nail. He deadened me. He gave me some medicine, went in, and I was recording it at the time. And I still have the video for anybody who say, oh, he lying, he making it up. I don't care. I still have the video. And I said, why? He said, well, when I took the cast off, you know, we do x-ray every single time. He said, it's not, I'm going to use the term meshing, gelling, whatever you want to call it. It's not adhering to the actual ankle bone. So instead of the ankle bone coming into it, the ankle bone is growing around it because it looks like a foreign object in your body. No, not an actual firework. I want to make sure I'm making myself clear since y'all asked for the truth. Y'all asked me for the truth, so I'm going to tell y'all the truth. He said it looked like a firework went off. Looked like. Because on the x-ray, when he showed me, I seen the top of my ankle, like the where it connects to the foot. I seen my foot, and then I seen pieces of my ankle bone sprinkled in like salt and pepper. It was just in there. Little fragments of my bone all throughout my leg. Okay. Trail and Terrence, on God. On God. I ain't talked to Trail since. All that snotting and stuff and crying, nah. Nah, y'all only snitch. Nah, bro, we not out here, bro. I'm telling you. You can only snitch if you know people's name. I don't even remember what people's name is. You talking about I gotta lose my leg? How soon after the surgery did you start walking on that foot? So they had me come in and do PT. I was doing it like twice a week. No, first I started doing it at the hospital, and then they had me do it at home. But I was doing PT like twice a week, so somebody would come and they would teach me how to stand. They taught me how to do, that's why I said I was working out. They was teaching me how to do my exercises with the leg that was, messed up, so I could get it back integrated. But I was doing all that. I was walking, I was doing everything I was supposed to. The issue became, when I started doing all that, I started, actually losing the weight. But for some reason, they kept saying the leg wasn't taking it. So I had a choice. He said, hey, I'm letting you know now. We can either do another surgery. He said, but at this point, it may be time to go ahead and call it quit. Leak, I'm gonna hide that, bro. What's good from Denmark? We are Christians. Absolutely we are. Amen. Keep it up on God. Bro, and I tell people all the time, I am black. You're in a cult. No, I don't do that, bro. No, bro, you need the haters, man. The haters make us great, bro. Without haters, we never get nowhere. That's how I see it. Ohio here, yes sir, bro. I be telling people like all the extras I appreciate, but I'm from America, bro. I'm not an Israelite. I'm not a Hebrew. I'm not a none of that, bro. I'm from America. I am from Texas. I'm not claiming nothing but Texas. I farted on my sister when she was sleeping. Did she hit you? Did she hit you? I stood up to go use the restroom and I could not put no pressure on my leg. I mean, on my ankle. It got to the point where when I stepped, it felt like all hell had broke loose in my leg. I couldn't step, so I had to use the restroom. I made it to the restroom. I don't remember how I made it to the restroom. I think I limped there, but it was painful all the way there and all the way back. I laid back down. He said, what have you been doing? Blah, blah, blah. So I told him all my regimen. I told him my workouts. I told him all of that. I'm like, okay. He said, it looked like a firecracker went off in your leg. I'm like, what? He said, it looked like a firecracker went off in your ankle. I was like, no, that's impossible. It just started hurting, blah, blah, blah. Dog, he showed me the x-ray. I am kidding you not. When I went on there, he was already crying. I said, bro, what's wrong? He said, I think my parents are getting a divorce. I said, what? He said, I think my parents are getting a divorce. He was telling me everything that was going on. He was just crying. He was crying. He was crying. I said, the first thing I told him, because he heard the argument that they was having back and forth. The first thing I told him, I said, I need you to know it is not your fault. He just bust out crying. I was like, it's not your fault. Shout out to the 88 likes, bro. That's crazy. But I was like, bro, it's not your fault. I was like, grown people have grown people issues that grown people gotta work out. But it is not your fault, bro. I be getting into the story, man. My bad, Stephen. But I told him, I was like, it's not your fault. Don't hang on to that. And then I told him, whatever happened, tell y'all, I spent so many days I spent more days in a hospital in the past 10 years than I did in my own home. Be careful, don't snap. Oh no, bro, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm past that. I'm past that. But so, okay, so back to the thing. So, the very last the surgery after they put the new screws in, it was going good. It was going good, but it was time for the screws and stuff to come out. They said the bone is meshing good, everything looks good. Time for the screws to come out. I'm like, I bet, blah 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 blah. But the day of my surgery, I don't think I ate anything, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Boy, y'all just look, see, look, Happy Henderson's, y'all, if y'all see the Happy Henderson's done banned somebody, that's my wife. She banning to ban because she tired of it. That's not true, bro. This is a matter for the FBI. I don't know no names, bro. You ever seen a rapper video and they post for entertainment purposes only? Yeah, that did not happen. How you gonna tell me? Look, I asked y'all which one y'all wanted. Somebody said number 1,000. Look, okay, that was number 1,000. The mob story, that's number 1,000.